Hi, everyone. So we just finished learning that the Modern Classroom Project and actually a lot of other people are coming out strongly recommending that Zoom meetings with students be used for two primary reasons. The first one is small group instruction that you have reached out to students and scheduled and said, "Oh, I think it's a good time," or office hours where students can drop in if they need to, or where you encourage students to come to your office hours because you know that they're struggling. But we don't know what environment we're going to be facing next year. It could be that one of the environments will mandate the use of Zoom meetings as one of our phases did last year. So I think if we're required to use Zoom meetings as whole class meetings, we want to try to make them as interactive as possible. And I think along with that, we need to also have from administration, we need to set different expectations at the beginning of them than we did last year. I don't have a beef with what we did last year. We were in an unusual situation. We had no time to plan, but I think we need to be a lot more thoughtful about sending the message. This is school, and these are the behaviors that we expect. And this is an example of what Harvard told their students last year as they went to from the physical classrooms to the online only classroom. And I think we also, as a school, have to have a conversation about videos being on or not. I know that Florence invited me to one of her Zoom sessions, which she did a great job at. She put me in a breakout space with some students, and we were supposed to talk about our weekend in French, but they got to speak in English because I can't speak French. And then one of the students had their video off, and I did engage with that student, and she talked. But I don't think that the other students would have if I wasn't in the room and hadn't done it first. So I think that we need to be really thoughtful about what our message is about videos being on and off as part of a Zoom meeting. So I would like to suggest that if you are going to do whole class Zoom meetings, that you might use a tool called PearDeck. And here's why I recommend this. This is a great tool that Matt Goldberg has used successfully in the past. Um, and what it does is you can use it for formative assessment. So what you do is you start the Pear Deck and students join it, and then you can actually ask questions like you can with Edpuzzle in the middle of a video. You can ask questions in the middle of your Google Slides presentation. It's great for engagement because students have to do something during the course of the presentation if you're using like a slide deck. And Pear Deck also offers a self-paced mode. So if you have a student who missed, then they can work through the Pear Deck at home. And I think that it will, I had teachers ask me earlier for taking attendance. They're like, I don't think the person was here. This way, then you'll know whether the person responded to the Pear Deck as it went on throughout the presentation, if the student was there the entire time or not. It's a really great thing. And one of my co-peers at another school system who does what I do, he said he had reached out to his teachers to ask which tools they found most useful, and he said the one that they all said we have to have it is Pear Deck. That particular school system had a significant amount of required Zoom time, like I want to say 4 days a week, and the teachers were trying to teach using Zoom, and they found that when they use Pear Deck, his words were, there's 200% more engagement. So I think that that's a tool that we should definitely look very closely at for use with Zoom whole class meetings. The rest of this slide deck has some other tools and tips that you might want to explore. So if you'd like to do so, you're welcome to do that.